The S&P 500 just hit the 98th percentile, and the S&P at this level has historically marked a regime inflection. Something is breaking beneath the surface, and the data confirms it. Right now, the S&P 500 is at 7,138.8, the 98th percentile for the past year. Historically, the S&P at this level has historically marked a regime inflection, says the data needs to confirm. The commodity analyst says, we are in a commodity supercycle driven by underinvestment and deglobalization. In the next few minutes, I will show you who the data says is right and what it means for your money this month. The scoreboard just changed. When a speaker moves on the scoreboard, it means the data changed, not the opinion. That distinction matters. The commodity analyst commodity supercycle call is paying off. Oil at $103.2 and trending their direction. 129-day streak, the volatility expert is right, and the data keeps proving it. VIX at 18. Snyder just moved from wrong to right. Snyder's dollar liquidity crisis call is paying off. Yield curve at 0.52% and trending their direction. McElroy might be right, but the data has not confirmed the thesis yet. 128-day streak, too early to call Hartman right or wrong. The thesis is building but not confirmed. 122-day streak, the dollar analyst just moved from right to early. The dollar analyst is waiting on confirmation. The narrative holds, but gold has not validated it yet. Bad stretch for gammon, for now. Investment grade spread at 81 basis points says the opposite of credit will blow out. 5 days running, score today, 3 right, 3 early, 1 wrong. A scoreboard flip means the numbers shifted. Pay attention to what moved and why. Today's big question, are commodities in a supercycle, or is this the top? On one side, says the data needs to confirm. That is the setup. Everyone hears it on the podcasts. It sounds convincing. On the other side, the commodity analyst says, we are in a commodity supercycle driven by underinvestment and deglobalization. Two smart people, opposite conclusions. So who is right? Here is what makes this interesting. Oil is rising while gold is falling. Those two signals should not be going in opposite directions. When they diverge like this, one of them is lying, and the resolution is usually fast. Oil at $103.2, 98th percentile, up 3.3% today. Gold at $4,580, 73rd percentile, down 0.2% today. Copper at $5.98, 92nd percentile, up 1.2% today. Bottom line, right now the commodity analyst has the better case. Oil at $103.2, 98th percentile, says the data is moving their direction. If oil drops below $80, the supercycle call is in trouble. Right now, it is at $103.2. If copper breaks to new highs while oil falls, it is demand rotation, not a supercycle. Oil at $103.2 is in the 98th percentile, reversal territory. If it drops below the 75th, the thesis weakens fast. Gold at $4,580. We'll track it daily on the scoreboard. Phase 1 is the good times. But good times do not last forever. Here's how close we are to the edge. We are 69 basis points away from Phase 2, the phase where credit breaks and volatility spikes. There is no acceleration in credit stress yet, but we are watching the pace, not just the level. The trigger, investment grade spread crossing 150 basis points, currently at 81 basis points. Pace is flat or improving. No urgency right now. Phase 1 means risk on is working. Equities, commodities, and real estate all benefit from loose conditions. Enjoy it while it lasts. For context, the last time credit stress built like this, credit spreads blew out and high-yield bonds saw drawdowns of 15%. The credit and rates layer has yield curve, initial jobless claims flashing red. Snyder says the euro-dollar system is tightening and nobody sees it. The data agrees with that assessment. Phase 1 holds with 69 basis points of buffer. Conditions favor risk but do not get complacent. Wall Street trades the index. We trade the ground. Here's what the ZIP level data is screaming about today. OH, days on market is spiking in Canton. Days on market in Canton moved plus 100% in 30 days, now 107 days. Buyer leverage score, 37,100. Days on market is the cleanest leading indicator we have. Big swings mean liquidity is changing fast. Days on market is spiking in Lincoln. Days on market in Lincoln moved plus 100% in 30 days, now 151 days. Buyer leverage score, 5100. Days on market is the cleanest leading indicator we have. Big swings mean liquidity is changing fast. Monmouth, NJ, payment burden is past the breaking point. Allenhurst, NJ, median home about $2,433,000 on about $126,000 household income. Price-to-income ratio, 19.3. When the math stops working, sellers find out before buyers do. These are not hand-picked metros. They are the loudest signals in the housing data right now, chosen by the numbers, not the narrative. Today's debate asked, are commodities in a supercycle, or is this the top? Let me show you what happened the last time we were here. Oil at $103.2 is in the 98th percentile. That means it is higher than 98 out of 100 days in the past year. In 2022, oil spiked above 120, then demand destruction pulled it back 40% in months. In 2020, oil went negative for the first time in history as demand collapsed. In 2018, oil dropped 40% in Q4 as growth fears overtook supply concerns. Different environments, different catalysts, but every time, the resolution came fast. The pattern is not the level, it is the speed of the move once it starts. Meanwhile, copper at $5.98 is in the 92nd percentile. The last time both oil and copper were at these levels simultaneously, the resolution came within weeks. That is why the scoreboard matters. It tells you which speakers saw it coming and which ones missed it. If history rhymes, the commodity analyst is on the right side of this trade. The data is not ambiguous. Here's what the data says to do right now. Stay alert on VIX. It is dropping 3.7% today. Fast moves demand attention. Avoid Phoenix at 40% payment burden. That is stretched territory. Phase 1 holds, no alarms. But the runway at 69 basis points is shorter than last month. Every signal is live at analyze.builderslens.com. 7 speakers, 65 signals, 1 question every morning: who is right? Subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow morning.